Hey everybody, welcome to Britches Get Stitches with Natasha. Thanks for joining me again for my second floss tube. First off, I just want to say thanks to everybody who watched my first one. I was extremely nervous. Don't know if you caught on to that one. Still a little nervous. I think I've taped this intro about 4 times now, so fourth time's a charm. It's all good. I just wanted to come on here to give you a little update. Got some life updates. We got my work updates with my projects. I have a finish, some haul, and then my plans in the next month. So I guess we can go ahead and get started with a little life update. If you watched my other video, my sew tube, that one already gave you an update about the Girl Scout conference, but I'll just touch on it here. This is my 10th year volunteering with the Girl Scouts. I am the primary volunteer that runs the annual CSA, Cadet Senior Ambassador Leadership Conference. It happens over President's Day weekend, and it's Sunday morning through Monday morning, Saturday morning through Monday morning. It's just a long weekend for adults, but the impact that it has on the Girl Scouts is so worth it. So I am just getting back into my sleep routine, so I'm a little exhausted. I had to wait a couple days before I could jump on here and film this for you guys. February is also a busy month because my best friend's birthday is this month. It was on the 10th. I have another friend whose birthday was on the 20th, the same day as my husband's birthday. Brian is just celebrated his birthday this last Monday. And then my daughter's birthday is coming up on the 28th. So we're just going to throw it all into this month. We tend to kind of front load because my birthday was last month. And we just have a ton of birthdays and celebrations and fun stuff going on. I mean, I've also got book club on Sunday, so it's just gonna be kind of a crazy rest of the month. And I don't think I'm gonna get done with all the things that I want to get done, but I'm sure as heck gonna try. So that's just update life-wise. I have one finish to share with you, one measly little finish, but you know what? It's a tally in my book, so we're gonna celebrate it. This is a little butterfly kit that I got from Michael's, I think. It was, forever ago. I mean, I got this done in, let's see if it'll focus on this instead of on me. There we go. Yeah. I got this done in probably 3 days. Just because I was busy working on it over lunch or late in the evening or whatnot, but it's just a cute little ornament style. Lucy's in love with it, so it's probably going to go in her room. I just love the vibrant colors on it. Blues and reds are kind of, even though they're like contrasting colors and hard for your eyes, I love the pop of them. So I'm always drawn to the super colorful ones, and so I just stitched this up quick, glued it on to the backing, and threw it into the ornament holder. So, little gift for Lucy. There's my one and only finish. Yay! If we get into my whips, I have made a little bit of progress on, this is Rainbow Cat by, what is it, Mini Maker. I know I saw it here. Stitchery. Right at the top, Mini Maker Stitchery. So this is Rainbow Cat. And when you first saw it, I had the cat and the blues done. And so, sad to say, this is all I've done. So now there's a little bit of yellow thrown into the mix. I've just been doing, a couple strands a week whenever I get some free time. It has not been my focus project. I'm not the best at satin stitch. I always feel like I'm leaving gaps, and so then I go in and like extra fill it in. So if you have any tips for a satin stitch, all my embroiderers out there, feel free to send them my way. I'll say one thing though, you know, the embroidery and such has really, you know, helped me to bond with some other stitchers. There's one woman that reached out to me via Instagram, Threads of Lovely, and we got talking about how we have gotten into embroidery, and she is just in love with embroidery, you know, specialty stitches and stuff. I'm more cross stitch and everything, but we've had a few chats together, so check her out. Her embroidery is really next level. I'm not even close to her level on that one. So Threads of Lovely on Instagram. Oh, I can share. I actually have a project bag. I didn't make it. It was gifted to me. It says one Girl Scout can make a difference, but together we can rock the world. So this was just given to me this past weekend at the conference. So I actually have a project bag, which is great. I mean, I'm planning to make more, but I have one. So yay. Let's see here. I've made a little bit of progress on It's a Sure Thing by Bucilla. When you first saw it, I had most of the frame done, but not all of it. The tops and the red and black of here. So I mostly just filled in this background, and then I filled in the frame. And I'm starting to get onto the water going up here, the water spray. And you can see I've got some white going in. White is the most, I don't want to say disappointing. I can't really think of the word, but it's just, it's not unsatisfying. It is the most unsatisfying color in a kit to put on, especially when it's given on white Aida. So you can't even tell it's there. And so I started to get really mad, and I stopped stitching the white and went to the blue, the teal here, just so that it would actually look like there was some progress going on. I was getting so mad, white on white. I know it's a necessary evil because it's a part of the entire scheme of things, the entire picture, but it's still annoying. So a little bit of progress on that. But my biggest progress, the thing that I'm addicted to stitching, is the Love Bug Sal by Sprouting. Well, the Love Bug pattern is by Sprouting Lupine. The Sal is organized by Marjorie Maid. I am in love with this. Check this out, guys. So, funny little story. I did a little conversion just of my own. I chose my own colors and such because I'm not really a straight, like, pretty pink person. I like the deep pinks and like the purple tones. But I started stitching this light pink. And then I got all the way through these bugs and realized I'd mixed up the symbols. So there's a symbol on there that is an arrow pointing one way and the other. And then there's a symbol that's two boxes in the same direction as the arrows. And they're a little confusing on the digital pattern if you're just looking at it for the first time. So I did an oops. But by the time I'd figured it out, I really liked the light colored bodies and the dark colored wings because they match with the larger wings on this bug, on this bee. So I decided to just keep it. It also gives a little bit of a different dynamic on the praying mantis because so the mantis on the actual pattern, it goes dark to light. Mine goes light to dark. So it's just a little different, but I really like it. So it's turning out nice. And when I say I'm addicted to this, I literally keep it next to me at my desk at work because if I'm like hooked up to the network and I need to save one of my reports, it takes a little bit of time to do that. And so I'll hit save and then I immediately pick this up and sew like 3 stitches. I am so addicted to this. And I was talking to Marjorie on Instagram, and she also bought the 2023 Valentine pattern from Sprouting Lupine, which is the mushrooms. And I did too, because I love the designs. She's also got one that's koi pond that is so pretty. So it's the main koi pond. It's kind of like set up a little bit like this. Just I don't even know how to describe this. It's almost like tiled, like Tetris tiled. Like throw an image here, fit an image there, fit this there. They're like in my head it makes sense. You can describe it any other way you want, but the koi pond is kind of the same feel. But on top of that, she then has patterns for the different koi pond fish. So there's like maybe it's only two. There's 2 or 3 ladies that are supposed to represent the fish. So like a goldfish, and then the ones that are like the spotted. Guys, I'm going to have to buy all of Sprouting Lupine's patterns because they're so stinking cool. But I'm going slow. I'm just starting. I don't need to dive in and buy a bajillion patterns, mostly because my husband would kill me. So I'm going to finish this one, love the heck out of this one, and then do the mushroom one next. And I have seen some of the color schemes that people are doing with this one. I guess I don't need to keep holding it up, but I just like looking at it, so it's just going to stand there while I'm talking. I've seen some of the color schemes that are being done on this, and I love how people are just adapting the pattern to their own style. Hannah from B&E Stitchery, I feel like I said that wrong. Nope, B&E Stitchery. She actually has the like a pink dyed linen, and then all of her threads are like a bluish shades. So cool. Go check out her Instagram and take a look at the design or the colors that she used on there, because those are really cool. Let's see who else. Cam the Stitcher's doing this one. Hers is just as beautiful. Oh, and then Cross Stitch Joe and Itches for Stitches, they both also went with a darker fabric too. So that was really cool to see that it wasn't just like my idea to go darker with the fabric. It really, I think, really makes it pop. And Marjorie, hers is green. Her background, her fabric is green, and it's really turning out pretty. The green and the pink go so well together. But I'm a sucker for blues, so B&E Stitchery, Hannah's really got my eye on that. I guess I should say what this one's on. I have this one on a 32 count chalkboard linen by XJU Designs. Probably saying that wrong, so if anybody knows how to actually say it, please correct me. Like I said, I'm a total noob, and I'm getting into like the world of linen and cross stitch so much deeper than I ever thought that I could. So I'm still learning, so please correct me. So yeah, that's what this one is done on. The largest number I've ever stitched on is an 18 count. So going from an 18 count to a 32 count was quite difficult, but I am in love with it. This is it. I'm going to show you again closer because I just love how it looks. Come on, let's focus, peeps. Come on, phone. There we go. I mean, it's so cool. And apparently I'm not stitching fast enough for my daughter, because we were sitting at the breakfast table this morning. She's sitting over here munching her Cheerios. She looks over and goes, "Do the head, mommy. Stitch the head." And I'm like, well, I mean, we've got 3 minutes before you have to put your shoes on and go out the door. I'm not going to stitch the entire head of the bee in 3 minutes. So hold your horses, Lucy. I mean, granted, this morning I only had this wing and the rest of this dark done. So today, over lunch and my extra time on the side when I was waiting for things to save, I did this border, this other wing, the body, and then this border. So I got quite a bit done today, which is nice. I'm still kind of worried I'm not going to finish it in time because, I mean, it's the 22nd and 28 days only in February. So I don't think I'm going to finish by the end of February, but I'm enjoying it. So that's great. Okay, I think I talked like a million years on that one, so let's put that to the side. Let's see. So those are my whips. I don't have any new starts because I've also been working on the quiet book pages that I need to get done. I really need to like knuckle down on those. So this Love Bug Sal is really the only side outlet that I've allowed myself in the meantime, because that I really need to get that done and mailed out so that Amelia can enjoy that before she's too old to care about it. So that's got to get going. That's going to be my primary, is that Love Bug Sal and the quiet book pages. So my next Flosstube may not be as exciting for you guys, but I'll do my best. Let's see. If I move on to my haul, I just kind of went to a few different stores. I went to Keepsakes. I, been on Etsy, and picked up just a few little kits and, pulling the price tag off of this because you guys don't need to have that blocking your view of everything. So I went to Hobby Lobby. I went to Joann's. All of the new, or not even the new ones, all of the different Flosstube channels have really got me addicted, and now I can't stop. Not mad about it. So my first one is, it's called Happy Camper. It's a full kit. I don't know if you can actually see that. There we go. It's called Happy Camper. It's by Cross Stitch Style. It's just the little banner thing. I just thought it was cute. My mom loves to camp, so this is probably going to go to her. So it's got the full like banner, pom-pom, dowel, everything. What is it? It looks like that's like a 16 count, 14 or 16. Just a little banner with everything included. I thought that would just be fun to pull together for her. So there's that. And then I'm addicted to gnomes. I love these little guys. There is also on YouTube a tutorial for monthly gnome, what is it called? I think it's applique, to make a gnome quilt. I have all of the videos saved. Eventually I'm going to make one. Eventually. But in the meantime, I will stick with cross stitch. So this is Hanging with My Gnomies. It's by Dimensions. This also looks like it's a 14 count. It's got the Ada. It's got the hoop. It's got all of the floss and everything. So simple to pull together. I love these little guys. They're cute. I'll probably repeat it somewhere else. I'm really like itching to design my own patterns. And there's probably going to be some gnomes in one if I get into that anytime soon. We'll see. So I've got that one. Then I picked up, I'm going to take it out of here because I never like the glare. It's already glaring on my glasses and I'm trying to like look down so you guys don't see the ring light. So I'll take it out so you can see it a little better. It's called Autumn Pumpkins. It's by Cottage Needleworks. Let me see if you can actually see that. Is it going to focus? Come on. There we go. It's a little better. Yeah, so Cottage Needleworks. Autumn Pumpkins. It says, the pumpkins grow round as they do each year, reminding us all that autumn is near. So excited to do that. I love fall. Fall is my favorite time of year. I mean, just ask my husband. I think I plan out 3 months worth of activities per month to do in the fall. And now it's so bad now that we have a kid. It's like, oh, well, we have to go to every pumpkin ride, every maze, every festival. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I'm so addicted. Plus craft fairs. Don't even get me started on craft fairs. I have so many different craft ideas that I want to pull together to have for a craft show, but I just don't have time. So I get to go and enjoy everybody else's crafts. So I got that one. Oh, I have this one, and this one I can't. So when you have cats, well, maybe not all cats. When you have our cats, they have a predilection to chew plastic. So this is how all of my bags end up. Like, this is from them chewing. They jump up on my table up here and chew the crap out of my bags. So thank you. That one is Jim. Jim's the one who eats plastic. So thanks, Jim. Let me see if I can pull this out. There we go. So this is also Country Cottage Needleworks. Obviously, I have a favorite of late. It is the September, or the sampler of the month. It's for February, and I know we're past February, but like I said, I'm really just getting into cross stitching, and doing samplers was not something I'd ever done in the past. I mean, if you looked at my first Flosstube, it was all of the dimension kits. And I'm gonna be honest, half of those probably not going to finish because it's the dimensions kits and they're not as cool as all of these samplers, as I'm finding out through watching more and more Flosstube. So a lot of those are end up being I don't even know if there's a term for it, because it's not a UFO, because I'm not going to even start them. They will, make up a term. DNS, do not start. Maybe it'll be a DNS. Oh man, that's one thing I've learned with Flosstube, is there's a lot of lingo that I don't yet know, and I'm still learning. Someone mentioned the hashtag 6in6 SYS. No clue. I'll find out eventually, I'm sure. But I feel like we need to pull together like a full dictionary. Like, somebody needs to just create a, this is what this term means, Flosstube to watch, video to watch. I'll get there. No worries. Let's see. I also picked up a little bit of fabric. Fabric is so expensive. Oh my goodness. If you guys have some hookups, just let me know, because that is the thing that's like hindering me the most, is these fabrics are so expensive. But I found this little tote at Walmart for, I think it was like $7. It's small. It's little. So there's not going to be much that fits on it. If you look at there's a relative size for you. But it's, canvas linen. It's got the woven in there that I can pull something together on it. So I don't know, maybe I'll design some gnomes to go on it, or maybe I'll put that the new sprouting lupine pattern. Maybe that'll fit on here. I'll have to, like, when this one is finished, when the love bug one's finished, I'll have to like hold it up on here and see what size, because it's going to be generally the same size, because I think this is pretty tiny. So yeah, that could be cool. We'll see. Let's see. I also picked up this let's see, what is it, 28 count cashel. Color is Twilight. It's by Picture This Plus. Just a remnant that was hanging out at Keepsakes that was calling to me. So I pulled that one out. And then this is a Vanilla Cream 32 count Lugana. I guess I don't have to unfold the whole thing for you. By Atomic Ranch Fabrics. Again, grabbed that one at Keepsakes. Just a nice, pretty neutral. And then finally, this is, I don't know if you can see the modeling in this at all. I'll try to show you. Yeah, you can, there you go. Yeah, you can see some of that modeling in it. It's 28 count Weathered Stone Lugana by Atomic Ranch Fabric. Again, really liking really liking their fabrics. It's a good feel to it. And I know that I tend to go back and forth. So like with the Ada for the It's a Sure Thing, I stitched that one in hand, but with the Love Bug, I like to see the whole thing as I'm doing it. So that's why I have that one in the Q-snap. So we'll see. This one feels more like a in hand, just based on how slippery it is. Yeah, because the Love Bug Sal, the Twilight, no, sorry, Chalkboard. That one was Chalkboard. Is a little bit silkier, so it kind of flows out of my hands a little bit more. So the others might be this Atomic. Actually both of these Atomic ranches feel like they just have some more friction in them, so it'll be just easier to hold them and stitch in hand. So yeah, so before I started watching Flosstube and everything, I had no idea or I hadn't even heard of Market or StitchCon, or, I mean, shoot, I hadn't even heard of Keepsakes, guys. And I was on a Zoom stitching that was hosted by Chris from the Camping Stitcher. She and I think there were a ton of other people on there. Niece Stitches. I hear you, Jim. There were, I'm gonna have to go back and find all their names and like put them in the chat because I feel bad for not mentioning all of them. But where I was on, I was on a Zoom stitch with them, and keep in mind, this is like not even a week after I posted my first Flosstube, and I was like just starting to get into a lot of the samplers and, you know, step out of my comfort zone of only doing dimensions, kits and such. And we were talking about where I was from, and I said I was Cincinnati, and they said, oh, have you been to Keepsakes? I was like, I just discovered them the other week when I picked up the fabric, the chalkboard for the Love Bug Sal. And one of them, I don't even know who it was, and it was hilarious. One of them just goes, where have you been, under a rock? So apparently Keepsakes is a big deal, so much so that they run the entire StitchCon. Hello. I missed out on the 2023 because obviously that's like the wait list and everything is closed. Not only like tickets, but the wait list is closed. So I'm just gonna have to keep my eye out for 2024 because that sounds awesome. And I wouldn't have to get a hotel because I live close by. We have a guest room, so anybody wants to come and hang out here instead of at the hotel, let me know. But I started looking at Market, the pre-sales and the releases and such. Instagram is going crazy, like with the Blue Flower posting up theirs, and Teresa Koget's putting theirs, Hardened Hands putting them out. So many are out there, and there's a few that I've got my eye on, but I have so much in my backlog that I need to hold off because I can't get a backlog of kits to do, or else I won't be able to have time to do everything, and it's just going to bog me down. So there's a few that I've got my eye on. You know, I want to see that Honey of a Tiny Town is by Heart and Hand. There is oh, I'm blanking on the name. It's the one with the poppies and the manor. Oh, Alicia from Fanciful Flamingo was talking about it on the Zoom call. I'll look it up and I'll put a picture or name or something up here or down below. But that one is gorgeous. Remember Me by Teresa Koget, and then The Honey Fair by October House Fiber Art. They're the ones that just did the Strawberry Fair that I've seen everybody doing, but it's too late for me to get in on the Sal. I might just end up getting the pattern and doing it myself. Yeah, so oh my gosh, there's so much out there that looked really cool. So I'm gonna have to pull together a wish list. Well, I'm gonna have to add it to my wish list, because the wish list, I call it my dream board, cross-stitch dream board on my my OneDrive is extremely long at this point. So maybe I'll get it going. Okay, thank you. Yes, you can leave me alone now. Do you want to say hi? This is Jim. Yeah, no, say hi. Hello. Yep, that's Jimbo. Oh, thanks. Yep, you got me caught. He and his brother are basically identical. He's the one who eats the plastic. So, keep my eye on those patterns and, you know, add them to my wish list, and one of these days I'll work my way through them. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do is go through some mentions, because there have been a lot of Flosstubers that I've been watching and those that have commented and just been an influence to me to keep going and such with this. So I really want to extend, you know, appreciation and get their name out there as well. I mean, they're all mostly well known as it is, so it's not like they need my help, but it's a, you know, extending a thank you to them. First though, I want to say that on my first Flosstube, I called Lauren from New Hampshire Stitcher the New England Stitcher. I'm sorry, I totally messed up on that one. I was extremely nervous, and it showed. So I tried to correct it in my comments, but I want to make sure that I correct it here and mention her, because I'm still watching all of hers, and there are a ton of samplers that she is doing that are absolutely gorgeous that I now have added to my list. Actually, hers are at the top of my list because she was one of the first ones I watched. So apologies again. It is New Hampshire Stitcher, not New England Stitcher. Let's see. I just started watching B&E Stitchery, and oh my gosh, I love their banter. The back and forth between the mom and the daughter is just simply, it's just adorable. And I love to watch them talk back and forth. Actually, they were talking about the number of patterns you have and how nobody ever wants to share their number. Well, I wish that I had more patterns, but the number of patterns that they have like owned is probably the same number that are on my dream board list. So I feel you. I don't own those patterns. However, I see them happening in the future. So, oh, and they're doing a stitch along with Blue Flowers bees. There's the queen bee, the sleeping bee, and there's another bee. So I'm going to pick up one of those. I know I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to pick up one of those and maybe start stitching along. They said it stitch along or start along. So maybe I'll just start it and then keep focused on my quiet book and love bug until I can get to that point. So mentioned them, the Fanciful Flamingo and the Camping Stitcher. You know, Alicia and Chris are both great. I loved being on the Zoom call and just kind of stitching in the background with them, and I'm severely looking forward to the next time we can all get together. I'm on both of the private group pages on Facebook, and every day I check and see if there's going to be another Zoom. Is there another Zoom? Like, that's my jam. I really love it. Bridget from the Museum Stitcher. I'm going through all of her videos one by one. Loving them. She has great style. Like, all of the patterns that she picks. Not necessarily ones that I would pick, like, every single one, but I love what she does with each of the ones that she gets. A lot of hers have gone on my dream board as well. And her quilting. Her quilts are gorgeous. I love when she has the quilts in the background on half of hers. That's just really pretty. Of course, Frizzy Lizzy Stitches, you know, reached out to her and just let her know that she's been a great influence, and I know she's going to be at StitchCon, so I'll miss her this year, but potentially next year she comes back. Please do. That'd be great. And then I just started watching Just Keep Stitching. Yes, I know I was under a rock, but I finally found the Keepsakes, and I finally found their YouTube. So I love watching stuff on there. And I actually spoke with Barbara at Keepsakes the other day, and I'm probably going to end up going down there and stitching over lunch or sometime. Hopefully maybe Friday I can like get off like an hour early or something. If I work through lunch, I can get off an hour early and I can go over and like stitch with them until I have to go pick up my daughter. So I don't know. I'm like trying to rearrange my schedule so that I can stitch. That's when you know you've reached obsession level. I think I've gotten there. So, I'm sure there's plenty I'm missing, but I'm gonna keep watching, and I have my little notebook nearby. Any new ones that I find, I make sure and mark their names down so I don't forget any of them. So, yeah, so just once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I've loved all of the feedback and all of the response that I've gotten. This has been a ton of fun, and I'm excited to keep going. So this is great. This is more than I ever hoped it would be. And so I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. So thanks and have a good night.